In this video, I'll be showing the best way to get gems in the brand new Cultist Stronghold update. Also, I'm live streaming on YouTube, so make sure to check it out and let's get to 50 concurrent viewers. So, first of all, the main thing that they added is this Cultist Stronghold. And basically, what this is where the cultists live, and you can actually go in and defeat all these cultists. And if you manage to defeat all of them, there will be a couple of rewards at the end, such as in-game rewards, such as a ruby chest, but also this diamond chest that you see right there. It's hidden behind the bars because you need to go ahead and defeat all of the cultists. But this will grant you a total of 5 gems. Now, this is replayable every 20 minutes. And if it takes 10 minutes to clear, that means you can do 30 minutes to clear and wait for it to reset. Or you can do it 2 times an hour, which is approximately 10 gems an hour. Now, 10 gems an hour may not seem like a lot, because it really isn't. I mean, you can get 20 gems for 99 Robux, but it is going to be the best way to be able to actually go ahead and get gems that way. Now, I'm going to touch on the Cultist Stronghold later. We're going to go ahead and look at some of these badges, and they added new ones. They added the Infiltration, Clear the Cultist Stronghold, and they've also added in a brand new Self-Preservation. Survive 100 days without rescuing any of the missing children. Now, first of all, let's make it through the top and then go all the way down. So the ones at the top will be the easiest, and these just require you to survive a couple of days. And by the way, the easier ones do give less gems than the better ones. For example, I'm pretty sure these give, 4 gems, 4 diamonds, but these two should give 8. Of course, they are a lot harder to get, but basically for these, what I recommend you guys do is you go ahead, just survive solo and get like 20-30 days. Just a decent amount of days, a small amount, but enough to make sure that, you know, you're serious about the game. And after you get like 20-30, then you could go ahead and join a Discord server. Now, in that Discord server, you will be able to go ahead and go to the looking for group section, and you can find a group that's willing to party up to 5 to 100 days. Now, next goal should be 100 days because this is where the major increment comes in. And when you get to 100 days, you want to make sure to clear as many of these tasks as possible. Now, let's start off with combat. Defend your campfire from cultists. This is pretty easy. You don't really need any like fancy weapons. Maybe just a spear, or if you get like a revolver, just any simple weapon will be able to defend yourself from the cultists. And if you have enough people, you could honestly just use your old axe, chop it a few times, and the cultists will be dead. Now, the gardening, buy a box of seeds from the fairy. This one is pretty simple to do. So basically, there will be fairies. One fairy around the map, and at that location, there will be a total of 9 flowers, and you have to adventure around to find some more flowers. And once you get a total of 20 flowers, you can go ahead and talk to the fairy, and you can purchase yourself a box of seeds. Now, moving on, there's a couple of fire making ones. These are just pretty self-explanatory. You just feed fuel to the fire. Now, what I recommend you guys do, I'm just gonna hop in a quick game to show you guys at the very start, right? In order to get as much fuel as possible, you actually don't want to just feed in wood. Now, at the very start, you could feed in wood, but later on, you're actually going to try to find as many different items as possible that give you fuel, such as coal, fuel canisters, oil, like the oil cans, stuff like that. So, obviously at the start, you will have to cut down a few trees, but there will, I think, almost always be a piece of coal. Now, it can either be in a shed, it can be in like a little tombstone, or it could be in the flowers right here. As you can see, these are the flowers that I've been talking about for the previous thing. It gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 flowers, and also a piece of coal. And for the campfire to get to the next level, all you need is 1 piece of coal and 1 piece of wood. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys that one right now. That's a really good early game tip. Just 1 piece of coal and 1 piece of wood, and you'll be able to get it. So let's go ahead, get this log, get this piece of coal. I'll throw the coal in here, like so, and a piece of wood, and that is actually enough to get your map to the next level. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and reset here. And now that we're back in the lobby, I'll go ahead and show you guys the other things that you'll need to do. Now, first aid, revive a dead teammate using a bandage or a medkit. You can get these all around the map. Sometimes they are just like lying down on some rock. Other times they are in buildings. For example, the hospital buildings, I'm pretty sure it has a guaranteed chance or a very, very high chance in order to get bandages or medkits. I'm pretty sure every time I've entered one of the hospitals, I've gone at least 2 and up to 4. So it's around 2 to 4 medkits slash bandages. And if you have one of these, you can ask one of your teammates to reset their character by basically ask them to leave the game, join back, and when you do join back, then it'll say, do you want to join your previous game? And if you do, you'll join your previous game, but you'll be dead in that. And using that, then you can go ahead and revive your teammates using the bandage or medkit. Now moving on to crafting, use the crafting menu to upgrade the bench to level 4. Pretty self-explanatory, just get a whole bunch of materials around the map and then throw them in there. Fire making, we already talked about that. Okay, the Cult of Stronghold, I'll touch on that later. The Pelt Trader's Quest, what I recommend you do, for that one, you actually want to do it in almost every playthrough, but only the start. So at the start, you should always try to get yourself a bunny's foot, because using that, there's a pretty high chance that you can get yourself a good sack, which increases your sack space from 5 to 15. Now, the other things, such as the wolf pelt and the alpha wolf pelt, you can do that pretty easily, but the bear will be very difficult, because obviously bears are hard to kill, and also there's not that many bears around the map, so you may need to go ahead and spend some time in order to actually try to get that. Now, saving all the missing children, this one and the self-preservation are kind of counterintuitive. If you had to get one though, I'd honestly recommend getting this one, even though it is half a star less. But this thing will allow you to get to 100 days much, much faster. So only do this badge, the self-preservation badge, during your probably second playthrough. And orienteering, first playthrough. Also, vegetarian, you should probably also do during your second playthrough. Because during your first playthrough, you obviously won't have that good of a teammate, that good team. You'll probably, like everybody's got around 20-30 days. So it will be difficult to survive without eating any meat. Now, the swiftness one, this one basically just, if you have a team of 5, it's almost impossible to not get swiftness. I've always gotten swiftness because as long as you have a good team that just doesn't die, or decent enough team, and nobody leaves the game, you should be good. Now, talking about nobody leaves the game, this is where teamwork comes in. Survive 99 days with a team of 5 people. As long as nobody leaves the game, you're basically set on this. Now, durability, survive 99 days without dying a single time. For this one, I recommend you guys to only use ranged weapons and never use melee weapons. So classes such as the Ranger will be very helpful for that, but classes such as the Brawler will not be as helpful because this is more of a melee class, which will put you in more danger. Now, moving on from here, the Humiliation, complete a secret action. This one is actually really simple. You just want to put a bear trap down, and then you want to step on it, and then you want to keep on resetting that bear trap until you die. And when you do, then you just get this achievement. But Humiliation and Durability won't work in the same one, because obviously this one doesn't want you to die a single time, and Humiliation wants you to die at least once. Now, 250 and the 500 days, these aren't that efficient for gem production, because these are very, very slow to get. But if you already completed everything else, then might as well go for these. Now let's actually talk about the Cultist Stronghold. We're going to watch a cutscene and tell you guys everything about it. So right now, this is the first floor. As you can see, the pizza man is knocked on the first floor right here. And on the first floor, you will see, I think, 3 waves of cultists, and you'll have to defeat them. And there's all the way up to 3 floors. So 3 floors total. I'm pretty sure it's 3 waves of cultists for each floor. So there's a total of 9 different waves, and you'll need to defeat them. They are pretty difficult because there's a lot of these range guys and melee guys. Now the range guys are in red clothes and the melees are in black clothes, and you want to prioritize the ranged guys because you're mainly going to be using different guns in order to take them out. And the ranged guys will be able to hit you at a distance. So that's why if you're going for the cultists Stronghold and trying to redo that over and over, I recommend you guys do a class such as the Ranger. And the other classes, Medic would be fine if you're trying to go ahead and take care of the Cultist Stronghold. But the Medic, I would mainly say that for the Medic, it's more of an early game class because later on you will get a lot of these bandages. So I would just recommend you guys, if you can find a lot of people that have Assassin or Ranger class, then you should be able to take on the cultist stronghold fairly easily, get a whole bunch of gems, redo that, and that's the fastest way you can go ahead and get yourself some diamonds.